Welcome back, Tater Tots, to my channel for a new episode of the Sugar Macaroon Legacy Gen 1 Watermelon Episode 3. So, in the last episode, we learned about the legend of the witch in the hills, and unfortunately, we also had sweet little Shiloh run away from home. And so, without further ado, let's get started. Melly was absolutely beside herself, full of sorrow at the loss of Shiloh. She had no idea where she could be, or why she left. Each morning she woke up crying, praying that somehow, some way, her sweet companion would be found or come back home to her. The only way she could distract herself was by working out in the garden, watering, weeding, and studying each of the plants. Taking care of Butters was also welcoming. It made her feel not as alone. After completing all of her daily chores and tasks, she would spend the rest of the afternoon calling out for Shiloh, hoping she would see her floppy ears bouncing around as she would come running down the hill. However, she had no such luck. The days passed and Graham came over to visit, letting her know that he was there for her. Melly appreciated his kindness and assistance with keeping up the search. After all, she was beginning to lose heart. Graham encouraged her to have faith in Shiloh and not to give up. Several more days passed by, still with nothing. That night, Melly stayed up later than usual, the emptiness settling in. The sky was alight with gorgeous stars, creating such serene peace. Then, out of the silence, she heard distant barking. Her heart soared. She raced to the front door and swung it open. Shiloh came bounding in, full of excitement, slobbering all over her. She couldn't help but laugh and smile. She was so grateful for Graham and his words of comfort to her. He was right. She needed to trust in Shiloh, and that she would return home. It was then that Melly noticed something strange tucked in around Shiloh's collar. She took a closer look and pulled the objects out. They were some kind of strange plant she had never seen before. She wasn't quite sure what to make of them. Regardless, she would worry about that later and focus right now on celebrating the return of her furry best friend. I have played a few days off camera, and so I was out there working in the garden, and we worked from home for the last several days, and we woke up this morning with a promotion. So Melly can either become a botanist or a floral designer, and I feel like for Melly, I feel like she would be more of the floral design, that she would use it for artistic pieces and things such as that rather than like a scientist, like a botanist type person. So we're going to go with a floral designer. So we have accepted our promotion. She is a petal placer. So she'll make an additional 10 per hour for a grand total of 35. And she's received a 550 bonus and a bonsai tree. All right, so this is fantastic news for us. I'm so thrilled about it. So, okay, let's go ahead and let her finish up her sleep. Here we go. We will have her work from home today. And let's see what our task is. We need to talk to a plant. That is easy enough. And we have to reach flower arranging skill level 2, but we do need to take care of her needs. So yeah, we are going to do that. And oh my gosh, she is so happy to have sweet Shiloh back. As soon as she got back, we gave her a bath and just loved on her, and she was just so happy to be home. We are going to have to figure out where Shiloh went exactly, because like I said, when she came back, she had some very unusual plants that Melly had never even seen before or knew existed. So it's very questionable about what occurred while she was, off doing her own thing. And oh, girl, you're getting real squeamish. It's okay. Just go get something to eat. And I want to show you all. Hi, Butters. Good morning. I hope you're doing well. And let's see, slightly dirty, so we will need to take care of that. But look at our plants, and little Basil has agreed as well to help us with the weeding. So I'm very excited about that. So, all right, and anything else I can think of that is new? Of course, we've got our apple trees growing over here. I don't know if they're going to actually grow, if per se, but because the weather, we'll have to see. But I did also add a couch into our living room here. So she has a nice big long one, which I think is great. So we are slowly making her home super cozy and I'm really excited for it. We are out taking care of the garden and Basil has brought us a tree fish. I'm not sure what that is, but of course it looks like we have bugs and whatnot invading our plants, the usual. And I have to admit, having this much stuff going on, like the cow and the garden and a dog, it's actually kind of a lot to take care of all at once. So yeah, and also I forgot to tell you, while we were off camera, we got our power shut off for several days because I did not have enough money to pay them. And so finally we had enough of our plants grow and I just had to sell them all because we needed the funds. And speaking of that, I was looking at going ahead and getting us a chicken coop. We have just completed another milestone in our aspiration because I just added a little wild rabbit home. So let's take a look at what we need to do. Give 3 gifts to foxes, rabbits, or birds, craft animal treats 5 times, harvest 1 perfect quality oversized crop, and forage 5 items from the bramble wood. All right, so interesting. I don't know if I've been there. Have I? Maybe. I don't know. But all right, so we're taking care of the garden. Oh, poor Butters is unhappy and dirty, so we will have to take care of that. And I did add in a chicken coop, so we will have to purchase the chickens once we can. I don't know how much they are. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to sell some things first before we get that far. But yeah, I think we are coming along really well with our garden. I do plan on adding some more of these plots for our garden and just some little more details to make it look more realistic and whatnot. So I think that will be really exciting. And I was thinking this evening we would also have her work on starting her cross-stitching skill as well. It is late in the evening and Graham has popped on by to check on her in the garden, and this guy has shown up, Dawson Hooks. And so it seems like he's having an issue about something, and I think he came over because he saw Graham. And Graham's like, hey, you don't need to take out your frustration on basically my daughter. And he's like, look, I'm sorry, I've got this issue going on at the ranch and I thought you said you fixed it. And so he's just listening to what he needs. And so Graham is going to definitely take care of the situation and help him. So yeah, maybe we'll have to meet that guy another time when he's in a much better mood. Good morning, everyone. It is Friday and I have added some more plots to our garden, and you can see we have a new little rabbit friend. And oh my gosh, we have so many bugs in the garden and our apple trees have just bloomed. So we have a lot that we need to take care of. Oh my gosh, and this is dirty too. Of course it is. So yeah, what is she doing? She's gonna throw away a pet poo. Maybe we should keep it because maybe we can use it to fertilize. So, okay, well, now it's too late. It's already gross. So anyways, I did want to show you guys. So this is what Shiloh, if you guys don't remember, came back with Mandrake and Valerian when she had run away. So Mandrake, this root that is known to sometimes be shaped like a sim, has strange properties when mixed with other ingredients. And valerian root is known to draw in many species of flies with its fragrant scent, best to keep them away from your home cooking. So yeah, these are 2 unique plants that she's never seen, and so we need to figure out where we can find these. Graham has popped up randomly to ask us, I have to ask you one of the most important questions of our time. Are you ready? Okay, here it is. Is a hot dog a sandwich? Technically, yes, it is. Exactly, I saw it on Simspedia. That's what it said. Yeah, because it's literally meat between 2 pieces of bread. People just don't call it a sandwich. While Melly is taking care of the garden, we have gotten up to level 7, so she can purchase uncommon and farmer seed packets and can spray for bugs in a larger area, which is perfect because we need that right now. It is Saturday afternoon and we have sold a lot more crops now, so we got ourselves a flower arranging table. So I'm going to have her come over here and we are going to work on doing maybe some bluebells because she already has these in her inventory. That way we can work on getting another promotion. And I figured this way, if we do all of the flowers in our garden right here where she can just pick them herself and then use them at her table, she has this really pretty scenery of the town while she's doing her flower arrangements for some inspiration and whatnot. So I thought that that would be really cute. And yes, I have totally been spending all of my money on getting the outside of the house done, like all of the gardening, and not our actual house. So we will work on that, I do promise, at some point. But yeah, as of right now, let's see, we've got some daisies, so I figure we can definitely go ahead and plant some of these here, and we'll keep the other ones in our inventory. And then for the bluebells, we do have a lot here, so we'll go ahead and plant some of those. And we have, let's see, holly and begonias and chrysanthemums. We'll do the chrysanthemums and the begonia here. And then for the last one, we'll do some holly. While Melly has been working on her flower arrangement, she's actually come up with the idea in regards to the mysterious plants that Shiloh came back to her house with. She's planning on asking Kim Goldblum, because if anyone knows, she feels like it would be maybe her, because she does work the grocery stall, and she kind of seems to know a little bit of everything in the town. So we're probably going to go to the main town square and ask her tomorrow on Sunday, see if she is there, and then, maybe see too, if she's got any tips or advice on where we might be able to find more information about it and whatnot, because who knows? These are all such mysterious things. She's heard a legend about a witch, and then, her dog disappears for a bit and comes back with some mysterious plants. Are they plants from the witch? Who knows? We're gonna have to find out. Melly has finished her very first flower arrangement of bluebells, and it looks really pretty. It says it's poor quality, but I think it looks great. But we're gonna go ahead and just sell it for 6 simoleons. That way we can get it, out of our inventory. And wow, these flowers are growing really fast. I'm actually pretty impressed. So we're going to do another arrangement here. We're going to do some daisies and bluebells. It's a little bit cheaper, but that way, we've already got flower arranging skill level 1. And what is she so angry about? Splashed by the dog, of course. And here is our second arrangement. So that looks pretty good as well. So this one, the quality is poor, but she can sell it for a little bit more money. And I just noticed her performance is excellent for work, which is great. So we should be in line for a promotion, but only once we get our skill level up. And oh, poor Shiloh is so hungry. Let's fill up her bowl. And looks like we wasted some food again. And we do need to give Shiloh a bath. It's officially Sunday afternoon, and so we have taken care of Butters and Shiloh and our garden for right now, kind of, I guess, maybe. Apparently we missed some weeds, but we are going to head on into town since it's the afternoon at lunch, and so, I'm thinking Kim Goldblum should be there. It's a beautiful day in the downtown square of Henford-on-Bagley. I'm loving this weather. It's fantastic. It is a little bit chilly though. So it does look like Kim Goldblum is over here in her stall. So before we do anything, in particular, asking her, I think we should just buy a couple things, just, to be nonchalant so she doesn't suspect too much. And of course, we brought precious Shiloh with us because we want her to be happy too. So let's see what we've got. Captain Fishbone's Bonefish. Okay, I did not know that you could buy fish here, but I've also never really played here in Henford-on-Bagley. So, wow, you can buy lots of things. You can buy chips, bag of chicken nuggets, a bag of flour, French fries, wow, pizza rolls and gummy bears, marshmallows. Wow, there is a lot for me to unpack here. It looks like we do have some black beans, so we'll go ahead and buy one of those. Blackberry, I think we got some of that, but I think I only have one, so we'll go ahead and get 3. And blueberry, she has 2 of those. And let's see, a bonsai bud. Sure, we'll go ahead and get that. It's kind of expensive, but we gotta do what we gotta do. Okay, confession, I spent way too much money. I just spent 636 simoleons buying all sorts of goodies because there were so many new things. And so, all right, so we did seem to make her quite happy. She's like, ooh, that was quite the sell. So, okay, let's go ahead and chat here because we need to ask Kim some questions. So it looks like Kim has closed her shop for a break for the afternoon to come over here and get some lunch. And oh my gosh, look at Melly. She's over here, got two dudes sitting right next to her. So this is Jeremiah Gates and Dawson Hooks. He looks much happier today, in a much better mood. So Kim has come on over. She's like, hey, how are you? So it looked like you had something you wanted to ask me. Can you tell me what it was? And Melly's like, yeah, actually, I wanted to ask you a few questions. I found these strange plants because, know that Graham had told you that Shiloh had disappeared and run away, and Shiloh's back now, so all is good. But when she came back, she had these two strange plants with her. Can I show them to you? And she's like, yeah, absolutely. So she has shown her the valerian root and the mandrake. And Kim is like, oh, those are definitely unique. Are you sure they're not just fake? Maybe someone just playing around. Animals can find all sorts of strange things. And Melly's like, but do you really think someone in this area would like make fake plants? And she's like, I don't know. I'm not really a plant expert. I do more of just, your typical groceries and so your typical fruits and vegetables. But, maybe someone who's better at florist type stuff or plants in general might know. So I would check with the crumple bottoms because they're the ones that actually do a lot of gardening themselves. So this has been some great information for Melly, which is fantastic. And oh, look, she is still wanting to become friends with his wife, Lillian. And oh, Shiloh, what are you doing from being good friends? Yeah, let's become companions. Oh, I think she might be in heat. So, oh, we are becoming companions. Wonderful. Of course. We are here for you, Shiloh. We don't want you to feel that you can't come to us with anything. We're going to give Shiloh a little kiss because she's so sweet and deserves it. Yes, yes, yes. All right, fantastic. So let's come over here. It looks like Kim has gotten off her break. And oh, there's the mayor's son. They are always chatting with each other. And oh, we have Miss Crumplebottom over here, so I think this is a great opportunity for us to come over and do a friendly introduction. Oh, and of course, her shop just closed down as well, but maybe it's because she's going to come and chat with Melly. Let's see if we can come over here. We're going to... Oh, Agnes, were you waiting for just a sighting of Judith Ward? Probably. So let's do a friendly introduction. Let's try this again. And let's see if we can get this to happen. Come on over. Do a friendly introduction. Let's go. Miss Crumplebottom doesn't look too happy. Melly's like, hey, my name's Melly Macaroon. I recently moved here. I'm basically kind of like the daughter / niece of Graham Downey. And she's like, oh, yes, yes, yes. I've heard of you. But honey, you need to be careful. All these young people these days, they just have no manners and no idea what it means to really be a farmer or to work hard. And oh, she did not really like our, maybe we should offer her a favor. Offer a Fenwick favor. So what is that? What does that even mean? We could just give her anything that we have in our inventory? Oh, okay. Maybe we can try to give her a tree fish. I don't know. Let's see if she likes... Oh, she doesn't seem to like us very much because I don't want to give her my other thing. She's like, hey, would you like something? I just got this recently. I've befriended a wild rabbit and it brought this to me. And it looks like she actually liked it. Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, phew. So, oh my gosh, and she's correcting us. So I don't know if we're really going to get much information out of her. We might have to try her cousin, I think it is, that also works the flower shop. Yeah, this is not working. We're not going to get any information from her. So Melly is pretty disappointed about that. But we can try talking with, I forgot the name of her cousin, I believe it was. Oh, she's not listed on here. Of course she's not. But wait a moment. I might have caught sight of her. Oh, wait, no. This is Lavina Chopra, the actual mayor. But the mayor's son is over here. Raul, so we could try to chat with him. We're like, hey, how's it going? And he's like, good. You're listening to what I said about the witch, right? And the waterfall. She's like, yeah, I haven't been over there at all. Like, plus I haven't even had time, even if I wanted to. And she's like, so you know how my dog ran away recently? And he's like, oh yeah, I heard about it from Graham. I was definitely keeping my eye out for you. I'm so glad that you were able to find her. And she's like, yeah, well, when Shiloh came back, she had these weird plants with her. Have you ever seen anything like these? And he's like, I kind of have, but only in pictures. I've never seen any real ones. I thought that they were just, fake. And she's like, really? Well, it definitely doesn't seem that way. He's like, yeah, they're also in stories about the witch. That's what I mean when I've seen them in pictures. So I think someone's just playing a game with you. Like, you should just stay away from this whole situation. Your dog got into something that she didn't need to, and you just need to move on and let it go. But Melly has a hard time with that. She wants to know what's going on and why is everybody so scared of this hill? Like, is there really a witch? Is there anything actually there? And why does Kim Goldblum seem kind of distant about things? So yeah, she's got a lot of things on her mind right now. Melly's just introduced herself to this Judith Bowie, and so we are going to just talk with her for a little bit. So we found out that Judith is a maker. She's good and she loves the outdoors, which is great because that's pretty similar to Melly herself with loving the outdoors. She's like, you mean you make stuff by hand? She's like, yeah, honey, absolutely. If you want to learn how to do anything, cross-stitching, you just come and talk with me. So Melly really appreciates that. And she's like, actually, I've been wanting to talk to somebody about, I've heard something about a witch's cottage. And Judith's like, oh, that old tale. That's been around for quite a while. It's nothing. If you want to know the story, you just come on over to my house and we'll have some dinner and we can chat about it. So I think Melly is feeling kind of excited about that prospect. So I think we're definitely going to have to do that. The evening has gone quite well here at the local bar in the downtown area of Hinford-on-Bagley, and so we are going to go ahead and head back to our house so we can get Shiloh fed and us taken care of. And I'm thinking maybe we'll reach out to Judith tomorrow to see if we can go over to her house for some dinner to get some of the answers to our questions that we have, since she seems to be the only one willing to talk about it. And man, Rahul seems pretty popular with everyone, but I mean, I guess he is the mayor's son, so that makes total sense. It is Monday evening and Melly just finished a daisy flower arrangement, and the quality is once again poor, so we're going to sell it really quick. But we are going to head on over to Judith's house because she has invited us over for dinner. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that, so let's head on out. We have decided to leave Shiloh back at the house, and so we have arrived here at Judith, I forget what her name is. What is her name? OMG, Judith Bowie. This is her home, and look at this garden. That is gorgeous, and she's got little chickens here, and there's the back. Look, she's already grilling up something, which is adorable. I love that so much. And this cute little gate. So let's go ahead and knock on the door and say hello. So come on, Melly. Don't take too long. You need to get yourself out of the rain, sweetie. Judith's like, come on in, honey. So look at this adorable house. And look, we're going to go clean up. I got to go pick up a Humor and Hygiene Successful t-shirt. Sorry, Graham, we are not doing that. So there is Judith. She's like, hey, Melly, how are you? It's been raining quite a bit today, hasn't it? She's like, yeah, it has been. So let's get her to come on down here. We don't want to lose her. Oh, she's up here chatting with her husband, it looks like. So this is Alan Bowie. So we'll go ahead and we'll do a funny introduction. And so introduce ourselves. We're like, hey, my name's Melly. So, I'm basically the niece / daughter of Graham. And they're like, oh, yes, we've heard a lot about you, Graham. He is such a good man. He helps us out a lot around here. Everyone knows that he's so dependable. And, we're happy to have you over here for dinner. Let us know if there's anything we can do or if you need any help around at your house. We're very happy to do that. All right, let's go ahead down here and let's see. What did she make? Some bison stew. Oh, that sounds delightful. So I think we're going to have Melly come down and call everyone to the meal. So yeah, what a way to welcome her, to give her some bison stew. Bison is delicious, so I can't fully blame her at all for eating that. And is there a roof? No, there's not. So she's just going to be eating in the rain, I guess. And so here they come. Let's see if they'll come and sit down with us or if they'll go elsewhere, because you never know with Sims. Well, they are going to sit with us. Wonderful. So Melly's like, so can you tell me anything about, the witch's cottage? And she's like, oh, honey, that's just some old wives' tale. You know how people are. And she's like, well, still, I'd like to hear about it. I heard it first from Miss Goldblum. And she's like, oh, yes. So it is pretty, well, here, let me just do a random story to both of them. I don't know. So, okay. Judith's like, well, they say a long time ago there was a witch, because, there was a lot of witch trials here a long, 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 long time ago, several hundreds of years ago. And so that story's just kind of stuck around. And so back then, people believed in witchcraft and things of that nature, but, it's just not true. It's not how any of that really works. They're just fun stories. And Melly's like, seriously? But, it seems so strange. And, Raul Chopra, he's like really afraid of going up towards the waterfall on the hill. And Judith's like, oh, up on the hill? Well, there is actually a cottage up there. So it is the one that everyone talks about. She's like, really? Well, is it as scary as everyone says? She's like, oh, well, it's just a house. Like, I don't see any reason why it would be so scary. It's just the stories that make it that way. And she's like, well, when my dog Shiloh ran away, when she came back, she had these two strange plants I've never even seen before. And so she shows them to Judith, and Judith is like, oh, those are unique, and they're actually, similar to what I've seen in the books about the cottage and the witch. And that's very unusual. I've never seen anyone have a real one. Do you think someone just made them just to go along with the story? And she's like, I don't know. That's what Miss Goldblum told me. And she's like, well, honey, I don't really know what to tell you on that. I've never seen them for myself other than just in books. And that seems to be the same case for like Raul. He has the same situation. And girl, why are you going to sleep in their bed? That's really awkward. Let's not do that. So of course now Melly's just hanging out in her jammy. So we're just gonna pretend she's not doing that. But Judith's like, hey, honey, I don't believe in curses or hauntings and things like that. So if you want to go check out the old cottage, like, I think that's fine. It's not a big deal. And she's like, well, what about, there was a poem that Miss Goldblum had that talked about rosemary and parsley and basil. And she's like, oh, yeah, well, that. So those are three things that they say that the witch used to use all the time for, her spells and potions and whatnot. And so people would often leave offerings on a mound for her. And she's like, oh, really? And she's like, yeah, they say that if you leave them on the mound, the witch will come and grab them herself. But you have to be careful, because sometimes she'll take whoever offered the sacrifice as an offering. So Melly is feeling very interested now and concerned and look. She's like, yeah, honey, if you need to sleep, you go right on ahead. Look at that. She's got a whole extra bedroom and everything. She's like, my kids are grown and out of the house, so you do whatever you need to, honey. And look at this cute little light right here. I love that. Melly did fully stay the night over at the Bowie. Was that their last name? Judith? I forget. Judith Bowie? Yeah, at the Bowie's home, which was super sweet of them. It got really late and they didn't want her wandering through the forest in the night. And so, they kind of view her as like a granddaughter or something like that. So, oh, she's coming in here to start a fire because it is pretty chilly out. So we're going to have her just warm herself. She's like, I've got to get back home and make sure little Shiloh is okay, and take care of the garden. And do we have work today? I do need to check that out. So we have work in 3 days actually, which gives us time to finish up our flower arranging skill. With that being said, we are going to go ahead and head on home. It looks like once we arrived at home, there was this little fox here, and oh, now it's gone. So we just became acquaintances with Biscuit the fox. And OMG, look. Shiloh must have used the bathroom all over the floor while we were gone. With that being said, from the information we got from Judith, we do have some parsley and sage and basil. Oh my gosh, we need to spray this area for bugs. We have some catnip that we are growing, some bell peppers, and we did buy some rosemary when we were at the grocery stall the other day. So we are going to have our rosemary, basil, and parsley that we can grow. And let's go ahead and do some garlic as well. And we will also have her go ahead and just take care of the rest of the garden. There is just so much going on here, which, speaking of the garden, I did want to buy some of the what do you call them? The starter flowers, purchase seeds, seasonal seeds. Are there summer plants, spring plants? We do have, I guess we'll do some spring and summer since that's coming up soon. But I did want to look at, oh, we just leveled up our gardening skill to level 8. Melly can now overgrow pruned bonsai trees to reshape them and is able to supercell plants in a large area. That is awesome. So, okay, farmer flowers and fruit. So I think we'll go ahead and do one of those, some starter flowers just to see what we get. Starter herbs, starter vegetables, uncommon plants. Let's just start with that. Melly has officially reached level 2 of the flower arranging skill, and she can now make arrangements with roses, snapdragons, and crocuses. So we did plant some rose bushes as well. So I'm really hoping that we can get things moving. We have some of our rose bushes up here too. And so yeah, this garden is like really coming along. And I forgot that the other thing I wanted to do was we need to get chickens, but I'm going to go ahead and let her finish up her flower arrangement here. We should be getting a promotion the next time we do go to work. And I do want her to start up on her, what do you call it, cross-stitching skill. So I figure we will have her stitch from patterns. We'll do a simple one because she's never done this before. So we'll just do some shapes. I feel like that would be easier than everything else. And we'll see how it goes. Here she is sitting inside working on some cross-stitching, and look at the little needle like going through. That's actually really cute. They did a good job on that animation. Oh, I love this. I have never tried cross-stitching in real life. Have any of you actually done that? Because I don't know. I feel like I don't have the patience for that. But all right, Melly has her 14 count Ada cloth at the ready. As she embarks into the world of cross-stitch, she can now stitch rainbows, shapes, and stick figures. We all have time to start somewhere. Wool can be used to add that extra homemade feel. So that's where you use the wool. And look at that. She's already got it looks like a flower. Unfortunately, our fridge has broken, so Melly has to call a repair service because I'm not about to have this girl try to do something with an electronic and then end up getting hurt really bad. So, okay, we're gonna have her use the bathroom, and I wanted to check out here to see if anything is ready to harvest, which it seems like it's not, because as soon as we get the parsley and rosemary and basil, I want us to, I think she's gonna go and make an offering up on the mounds. Oh, here is our repair guy, and oh my gosh, is that Mortimer Goth? Oh no, it's not. Cayenne Banerjee. I thought for sure that was Mortimer at first. Melly has woken up this morning and is out taking precious Shiloh out on a walk on this cool spring morning. And we are going to check on all of our plants. It does seem like I think we have things to harvest. We do. So we are going to officially get our parsley, and we are going to get our basil, I believe. Oh, nope, the basil's not ready. Of course it's not. And then we'll go ahead. Wow, look at the garlic. I don't think I've ever grown garlic before. But our rosemary is ready. There they are. Yes. So, oh, maybe they're not. It's not letting me actually take from it yet. So we will be able to, offer what we need to up on the mound. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and end our episode here. Thank you so much, Tater Tots, for joining me on episode 3. I'm so excited with finding out more about Melly and this mystery of the legend of the town and the mysterious plants that we got. And yeah, next episode I think is going to be an exciting one. And Graham is wanting to come over. He is always coming over to check on us, probably because we need help with all of this gardening. Like, we are getting so overwhelmed with everything. Like, there's just bugs, there's weeds. I might have to hire eventually a gardener to help me out because this is just a lot. But anyways, thank you once again. If you aren't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the future episodes. And don't forget to hit that like button and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. And I will catch you next time. See ya!
I found my way, I found my way. I was in the dark against it all, but made it through the day. Cause I found my way, I found my way. In bad times, I know I'll be okay. Cause I found my way.